So former Representative Barbara Comstock, Republican of Virginia, also my neighbor in Virginia, joining us now. She's an ABC contributor now. I understand, Barbara, you also would like to weigh in on these details surrounding John Bolton's reaction and also what we heard from Fiona Hill today. What are your thoughts?
Well, you know, John Bolton is a Ronald Reagan conservative. He understands that Russia is the evil empire. That's certainly a view that I share. And for those of us who care about that, that's why you had somebody like Fiona Hill working there. I would point out to Republicans that Michael Flynn brought her in with K.T. McFarland. So this is somebody who, you know, traditional Republicans supported the kind of policy she's advocating. But I think she really shows us a lot of what John Bolton was saying at the time and why he would be such an important witness. I can't imagine why the Democrats don't want to have John Bolton and Rudy Giuliani in there discussing these, you know, the reality that John Bolton understands and the alternative reality that Rudy Giuliani was peddling and that Fiona Hill very nicely dispensed with. And I think that's a really important issue that she did this morning, because this Ukraine conspiracy theory that's being peddled is something that Russia is peddling. So the people peddling it are really useful idiots for the evil empire, for Russia. So we really need to hear from both of these key characters. And for the life of me, I mean, Rudy and John Bolton, I can't understand why the Democrats are rushing this and not having these key political witnesses, and then also Mick Mulvaney, who obviously was running traffic between the both of them, because John Bolton and Rudy Giuliani were clearly at odds. And there were a lot of interesting discussions, I'm sure, that went on of John Bolton trying to stop this drug deal. And Mick Mulvaney, you know, made some calls that certainly looked like he weighed in with Rudy. So there's a lot more that needs to be fleshed out here, and the Democrats owe it to the American people. I mean, I understand the Republicans are doing what the Clinton Democrats did during impeachment. They're operating as defense counsel, and they have a right to do that. But the Democrats have to bring more information forward so that this is a proper process.
But what about John Eisenberg and his role and reacting,
Sure.
as Melissa just brought up? As a Republican, can you answer that question? We both are wondering, well, what exactly did John Eisenberg do when certain individuals came to him and said, whoa, there was something that was not right on this phone call, and I am concerned?
Well, I'm sure he brought it to his boss, the White House counsel, who would bring it to Mick Mulvaney. So again, Mick Mulvaney can tell us, what did you hear from the counsel because there were numerous people bringing in these complaints to John Eisenberg. It didn't just sit there. John reported to his superiors and presumably to Mick Mulvaney. They all knew about this, and that's what's so important about Gordon Sondland's testimony yesterday, is everybody was in the loop. And everybody except Rudy Giuliani and Mick Mulvaney, it appears, were trying to stop this drug deal. And that's why we need to get more testimony. And I think if the Democrats just cut it off now, it is going to look like the partisan process that Republicans say it is. And they're not going to have the information they need. They're not going to have the State Department documents. They aren't going to have the White House documents. And they owe it to the American people to do this process in a more nonpartisan basis.